Let's go!
Good afternoon, I'm Robin Banks, and welcome back to Italy and the final round of the British Heart Foundation Porsche 911 Meisterschaft from the Lago Maggiore circuit. As we race, we are raising awareness for this very important charity. If you can donate anything by the way of fundraising, buying retail, or simply giving unwanted items for sale, then please do so. I can assure you, you are helping to save someone's life. Surrounded by the European Alps, Lago Maggiore delivers high-speed sections with fast and flowing corners, combined with steep elevation changes created by the hilly geography. This track creates a driving experience like nowhere else and is a perfect fit for our grand final. The track consists of a total length of just under 3.6 miles, with 17 corners and the longest straight of 800 meters. The team championship, which enables drivers to join forces using the same title sponsor while sharing essential setup data, is now extremely close on points, so who will take the title? All the drivers use the same Porsche 911 RSR for this championship, so it's all about the team's ability to get a great setup and the driver's skill to deliver the results. This competition is pushing our teams and drivers very hard indeed, with Rico Mortis still leading the championship by 13 points, closely followed by Brian Messiah and Carlos Punterino, with the latter needing an act of divine intervention, which one of them will become our champion. Scott Milano is now out of contention for the title and unfortunately not racing today. So after an action-packed qualifying session, our grid lineup today is: in first place, Carlos Punterino; in second, Brian Messiah; third, Rico Mortis; fourth, Halen Van Eddy; fifth, Alex Anders; sixth, Simon Bouquet; seventh, Artie Fanati; eighth, Philly Delphia; ninth, Greg Rocket; 10th, Fabio Detrelli, and rounding out the grid at 11th, Frank Hansen. So as always, we do our lap focus with our ex-race driver and technical guru, Dave Unshaw, who will be joining me in the commentary box today. How's it going, Dave?
Many thanks, Robin, and here goes the final lap focus for this championship event. This is one hell of a track. Hold on tight as we go down towards Mercury. Down from 6th gear to 60 mile an hour second gear around Mercury, and across into Venus, down to first, 45 mile an hour, then back on the gas, building speed up to Jupiter, 96 mile an hour third gear, holding a nice line, getting a good exit down here as Paramount into Pluto, 70 mile an hour second gear, and then building speed all the way up to 160 mile an hour fifth gear, going down into Orion's belt, and dropping down to second gear, 80 mile an hour, swinging around the corner, got a bit wide, I'm holding on tight, very easy to get it wrong in that section, going up towards the start of the Milky Way, 102 mile an hour third gear, through the left-hander into the right-hander, back into the left-hander, 125 mile an hour third gear, up to 152 mile an hour fourth gear, and then down the back straight, building speed all the way up to 178 mile an hour sixth gear, plunging down into Uranus, 70 mile an hour second gear, hard on the brakes, make sure you get a good exit up the hill, all the way up towards Saturn, very lovely left-hander, 130 mile an hour fourth gear, and then into the right-hander, keeping it as smooth as you can before going down the box into third gear, 90 mile an hour into Mars, all the way around, holding a good line, go out wide and come back in again, pick up the curb, I'm a little bit wide again, but I'm plunging all the way to 140 mile an hour third gear, and then down into Neptune, 120 mile an hour third gear, and onto the main straight, and then on the gas as quick as you can, up to 160 mile an hour fifth gear over the finish line. I tell you what, Robin, this is going to be extremely exciting stuff. I can't wait to see this. Good luck, guys. I'll tell you all about the new format when I get back in the box, Robin. You're going to be absolutely gobsmacked at what I've got to say. You've probably noticed some of the drivers don't look quite right. Back to you, Robin.
Many thanks, Dave. And yes, you're quite right, some of the drivers looked a bit sketchy this morning. So as we get underway in the final round of the Porsche 911 Meisterschaft from Lago Maggiore, engines are revving, and we're off. Everybody seems to get a good start. Heading down towards Mercury. First corner's going to be very vital indeed. Anybody gets spun out here, it's going to be absolute chaos. Looks like Bouquet's got on the grass. Eddie's right up behind Rico, almost spins Rico out. That could have been catastrophic for our championship leader. Artie Fenati shoots straight up the inside of Rico into Jupiter. Coming out of Pluto, looks like Rico got the edge. Going down the hill towards the Orion's belt. Rico's on the outside, Artie's on the inside, going for a defensive line. Rico goes right around the outside, manages to hold his nerve. Halen Vanetti also is trying his luck. Greg Rocket was all over the place. Down the short hills to the start of the Milky Way. Artie Fenati desperately trying to hold off Halen Vanetti. Simon Bouquet on the grass. Dust everywhere. Halen goes extremely wide. Bouquet is right on the back of this pack. Plunging down the hill into Uranus. Brian Messiah goes up the inside. Can he outbreak Carlos Puntorino and go into first place? He does. Carlos desperately needs some good points here. There's not a fag paper between these two in the championship. Now Carlos has got the fastest lap in qualifying. Back with Helen Vanetti, Artie Fenati and Simon Bouquet. Battling it out for 5th place. Down into Mars. Who can hold the good line around here? Looks like Halen's trying to get up the inside. Simon Bouquet is right on the back of Halen Vanetti. Down into Neptune, slightly off camber. Who will get the drive down the main straight? Halen Vanetti goes up the inside. Simon Bouquet tries to go around the outside. Artie Fenati desperately trying to hold these two off. Halen's done the move. Can he hold the position in the brakes down into Mercury? He does. Artie Fenati's right on his back door. These three are really going for it, hammer and tongue. Simon Bouquet making sure these two don't get away. Back with Alexander's in 3rd place. Down the hill towards the Orion's belt. Rico back in 4th. Around Orion's belt. Lovely, lovely corner if you get a good exit. Up to the start of the Milky Way. Back with Simon Bouquet and Artie Fenati. Looks like Halen's got away. Simon Bouquet is desperate for the 6th place. He's pushing Artie all the way. The only downside is if they don't work together, they'll get held up. Halen's shooting off into the distance. Simon Bouquet is all over the back of Artie Fenati, trying to get up the outside. Down into Uranus. Back with Brian and Carlos Puntorino. Carlos is definitely not letting Brian get away. This is the battle for 1st place. Getting a good run out of Uranus is very important to get a run up through Saturn and Mars. Get that one corner right, it can really screw you up all the way through. Brian desperately trying to pull a gap on Carlos. Alexander's is not far off the back of these two either. Carlos going a little bit wide, coming out of Mars. Down towards Neptune. Brian holding his nerve onto the main straight, pulling a little bit of a gap. Carlos must have caught the grass. Brian Messiah wants this championship. Simon Bouquet on the inside of Artie Fenati down into Neptune and onto the main straight. Lovely manoeuvre. That puts Simon in 6th place. Down towards Mercury. Can he hold Artie off into Venus? Getting the job done. Simon would like to get a good result. Missed the last round due to technical difficulties. Artie's also missed a few rounds, put him way back in the points. Artie will be hoping to finish the championship on a high. Down the hill towards the Orion's belt. Back with Rico Mortis. The battle for 3rd place. Can he go on the inside of Alexander's? Alex goes a little bit wide, coming out of Orion's belt. Rico goes up the inside to the start of the Milky Way. Gets the job done, but Alex is right on his back door. Getting a good run through here is Paramount. Alex is right on him, not letting him get away. Doesn't look like there's any team orders in this round. Rico pulling a slight gap, but Alex will have the slipstream down into Uranus. Can he do it? Who's late on the brakes? Rico goes for a defensive line. Rico takes the tight line into Uranus, holding that 3rd place. Up the hill towards Saturn. Definitely pulling a slight gap on Alex. Fabio Dotrelli currently running in 8th place, going a little bit wide out of Uranus. Up into Saturn. Maybe struggling with tyres and setup. Not easy round here. Doing a good job into Mars. Come on, Fabio, let's get you a good result. Halen Vanetti running in 5th place. Down towards Mercury. Chasing Alexanders. Eddie will be after another good result this round. He finished in the top 5 the last 2. Been getting faster and faster all the time. Almost the end of this championship. Everybody transferring to Ferrari for the next season. Be interesting championship, that's for sure. Halen making some ground down into Orion's belt. He's closing in on Alex. Alex knows he's coming. We're doing all he can. How his tyres are, I have no idea what tyres he's on. A lot of people went on either softs or super softs. Going through the Milky Way. Eddie's definitely catching him. Back with Arnie Fernardi and Simon Bouquet also going through the Milky Way. Going down the main straight. Simon's definitely pulled a gap on Arnie now. Won't be long before people start to pit. That'll shake up the order a little bit. Arnie Fernardi taking a good line out of Uranus. Looks like Bouquet on a good run. Arnie looks like he's struggling a little bit. Back with Halen and Alexanders, he's almost on him. Alex goes way wide, could get a penalty for that. Down towards Neptune. Eddie goes around the outside, on board with Alexanders. Eddie right around the outside, down into Neptune. Gets a good drive onto the main straight. Can he get it stopped into Mercury and hold Alex off? Here we go, let's find out. Eddie brakes late. Goes a little bit wide, goes on the grass. That'll cost him. Goes back on the inside of Alexanders, who tries to get him on the cutback. Building speed towards Jupiter. Alex trying to find a way to get him into Pluto. And Halen's pulling a gap already. Now Alex is on the back of him, he got a good run out of Pluto. Here we go, down towards Orion's belt. A good overtaking place. Halen goes for a defensive line. Closes the door for Alexanders. Up to the start of the Milky Way. Halen pulling a gap already. Showing good form this round. Halen's been getting better and better. Definitely starting to breathe fire. Looking at Philadelphia, our wild card who's driving for Skybet. Philly's getting better and better. It's a shame now because he's almost got the hang of this Porsche and then we're going to swap for a Ferrari. He's doing very, very well. Not too worried about championship positions or even weary finishes, but he's definitely getting better at driving this car. Looks very, very smooth indeed. Good job, Philadelphia. Frag Handsome struggling a little bit. Frag's still not quite recovered from his illness, I don't think. When they took his crash helmet off after the last round, it was almost like turning a goldfish bowl upside down. I know one of Frag's engineers was airlifted to hospital. When Frag's helmet contents hit the floor, the engineer slipped and did the splits. Very, very painful indeed. Hopefully he will make a full recovery. Frag coming down the hill. Frag going down the hill into Neptune and down onto the main straight. Ryan Messiah holding on to that first place. Pulling a healthy gap on Carlos Punterino. Carlos in a good position in second though. Brian dives into the Milky Way. Got terrific pace in this round. Holding a good line, nice and clean. Onto the back straight. Said he loves firing down the hill into Uranus, one of his favourite corners. Gets a nice line, giving him a run up the hill. Into Saturn. Carlos Puntarino's got Rico closing in on him. He knows he's coming. Goes around Mars. Any signs of life? Don't think so. Rico's definitely catching Carlos with a vengeance. Down into Neptune. Looks like Brian's got in the pits, so that's Carlos into P1, with Rico in hot pursuit in second place. Brian will come back out on fresh tyres. Rico will have to pit, and so will Carlos. Carlos starting to slide around a little bit by the look of it. Rico's definitely got better tyres, I would have thought. Get a good line out of Pluto, flying down a hill, Rico kicking up dust. Almost on the back of Carlos Puntarino now. Into Orion's belt, Carlos takes a wide line, Rico goes for a very tight inside line. Rico hoping to get a good run through the Milky Way. He's almost on the back of Carlos now, pushing him all the way. Tensions will be high. Clench fest will be imminent. Both of them flying down the steep hill. Can Rico get up the inside of Carlos going into Uranus? Not yet. Rico holds back. Carlos clips the gravel trap slightly. That'll ruin his run up the hill. He's slightly quicker up the hill than Rico. Carlos putting a little bit of scenery in between them. Goes very, very wide into Mars. Rico's got a tight line. Carlos is definitely struggling for tyres. He's all over the place. Can Rico get him down the hill into Neptune? Here we go. Rico's right on him. Carlos going wide. Rico trying to get up the inside. Using the slipstream to get him down into Mercury. Goes for the inside line. Looks like Carlos let him go, I think. Carlos was definitely trying to shake off a penalty before he got to the line. I don't think he had any choice. That gave Rico a little bit of breathing space. Rico's now in first place. Out of Pluto and shooting down the hill as fast as he can. Brian Messiah down into Mercury. Coming around Venus. Pit stop, put him back into fourth place. He'll soon make up some ground, and don't forget, Rico and Carlos still have to pit. I think he's got Alexander's in front of him. Yes, he has. Down towards Orion's belt. Alex's tyres must be almost gone by now, unless he's pitted. Coming around Orion's belt. Definitely catching Alexander's for the start of the Milky Way. He's right on him now. Through the left-hander, into the right-hander, and back into the left-hander again. Alex going wide. Brian getting a good run. Right up beside him out in the main straight. Brian flicks to the right-hand side to get the inside line down the hill. Too wide into Uranus. That doesn't always end well. Who's late on the brakes? Brian takes a tight line. Alex goes wide but tries to get him on a cutback. Looks like Brian's got the job done up the hill towards Saturn. Brian Messiah definitely means business. He wants this championship. Does not want Rico to take another title away from him. Let's not forget he's already a champion. He won the Jenny Tilwart Cup with massive points. Simon Bouquet currently running in 7th place. Trying to catch back up to Arnie Fernandi. Looks like he's got a penalty somewhere along the line. These two restarting their battle all over again. Simon Bouquet hoping for a good result to leave this championship on a high. Into Mars. Simon looks very smooth. Been a good partner for the Skypants team. Hopefully he's going to join again in the Ferrari Championship. I know these championships can be quite stressful at times. But as the old saying goes, you've got to pick yourself up, dust yourself off and get back on the horse. Down towards Mercury. Artie Fernardi holding him at bay, but Simon's almost on the back of him. So we're almost at the halfway point in the race. I've got Dave Onshaw banging on the commentary room door. Hang on a minute, Dave, I'll let you in. Hello, Dave.
Hello, Robin.
Dave was on track when the new format was tested out that was developed by Crispin Fry and his team. So, Dave, what happened?
Well, Robin, all was well until they got halfway round the first lap.
Oh, okay.
You see, Crispin and his team of highly skilled and intelligent individuals forgot to mention that there were 2 grid lineups.
Yeah, 2 grid
but
lineups.
we couldn't see the others, so assumed they weren't there.
Oh, so what happened, Dave?
What happened next will haunt me for the rest of my life.
Really?
As soon as they all came down to the bottom of the hill, they were all faced with oncoming cars coming at high speed.
What?
My crikey, I've never seen so many pair of tear-off underpants flying through the air at the same time in my life,
word,
Robin.
Dave.
I tell you, it was like bonfire night.
I should think so.
I should have guessed what was coming as there was a single white line painted onto the track.
Really?
Needless to say, that part of the track is incredibly slippy at the moment,
I
and
should
I
think
think
so.
they are renaming it the Double Dip.
Oh, my word.
News just in, apparently Crispin and his team have now fled the country.
Oh.
The worst part, Robin, is our drivers haven't stopped twitching, and some of them haven't blinked since last weekend.
I noticed that.
Because they had to be cut out of their cars, and some of them are still holding on to the steering wheel.
My God,
Philadelphia hasn't unclenched his cheeks for days, and still has the seat material hanging from his underside.
Oh, no. My God, Dave, what a complete ballsack. I thought these guys were clever.
Yeah, apparently, but with very limited common sense, so it seems.
So there you have it. It turns out Crispin Fry and his team are a load of idiots and are probably facing a hell of a lot of court cases coming up. Anyway, folks, back to the race. Carlos overtaking Alexander's. Back with Simon Bouquet. The battle still rages on with Artie Fernardi for 6th place. Bouquet chasing him into the Milky Way. Looks like normal service has been resumed. Bouquet sliding around a little bit. Artie Fernardi hitting the dust. On board with Simon Bouquet chasing Artie Fernardi. Bouquet gets a hell of a run out of the Milky Way and down the back straight. They are now side by side going into Uranus. Bouquet late on the brakes. Can he hold Artie Fernardi off coming out of Uranus? He does. Great move by Simon Bouquet. That puts him in 6th place. Up through Saturn. Around Mars. Holding a nice tight line. Coming around to the exit of Mars. And down towards Neptune. Bouquet doing a great job. Onto the main straight. Incredible speed. Back with Greg Rocket. Haven't seen him for a while. Greg looks like he's still twitching from trying out the new format. It has really affected some of these drivers. Greg looking fairly good though, considering what he went through. The steering wheel had to be prized out of his hands so he could place it on this one. So old brand new steering wheel for Greg. starting to get their new team in preparation for the Ferrari Championship. Really hope they do well. Frank and Greg are definitely going to finish inside the top 10 though, so that's a good result. Back with Fabio Detrelli. Fabio been struggling a little bit with the Porsche, I think. The two members of the Skybet team aren't taking part in this round. We haven't seen them since last round. Raphael was in a hell of a mess apparently. Down a hill, slamming on the brakes. Gets a good line through Uranus. Going up the hill towards Saturn. Come on, Fabio. Be interesting to see what their new livery will be. Back with Frank Handsome. Plunging down the hill. It's almost over, Frank. Championship's almost done. I've got a new flag. Still waving it. Big fan of Frank Handsome. The 21st Century team moving to a new sponsor for next season. Frank going a little bit early on the corner, I think. Frank's running in 11th place. Down onto the main straight. Rico running in position 4. Just knocking off those laps. Looks like he managed to do 10 laps on one set of tyres. That's one hell of a feat, especially on this track. Eats tyres. Halen Van Erde chasing Carlos Monterino for 3rd place. That would be great if Eddie could get a podium. Definitely have 2 gold stars, I would have thought. Rico's catching up to the back of him. Looks like Rico may have the best tyres. Eddie will be desperately trying to hold him off. If he holds off Rico, it only helps Brian. Rico's on the back of him now. Moving over to the right-hand side to start the Jupiter turn. Tight line into Pluto. And down the hill towards Orion's belt. Both of them all the time gaining on Carlos. Rico goes up the inside into Orion's belt. Lovely manoeuvre. Can Eddie fend him off? Rico gets a good run out of Orion's belt and holds off Halen Van Erde. Goes out wide for a good run into the Milky Way. Job done. Halen Van Erde in 4th place. Rico is definitely putting the hammer down and chasing Carlos Monterino. Brian Messiah's not too far in the distance either. This could be one hell of a finale, folks. Here they go. Coming out of Uranus up towards Saturn. Getting a good run. Carlos Monterino doing all he can to try and keep it on the track. Catching right up to the back of Brian Messiah, whose tyres look shot. Brian hits the grass and almost goes into a spin. Looks like it's time for Brian Messiah to pit. Carlos is right up behind him, going down into Neptune. Rico Mortis dives up the inside of Carlos Monterino, but finds Brian Messiah in his way. Obviously has to hit the brakes. Carlos Monterino puts a little bit of distance between the pair of them, but it won't last. On the brakes into Mercury. Rico's almost back on Carlos. Rico in 2nd place, pushing Carlos Monterino to the absolute limit. Into Jupiter. Down towards Pluto. and then on the gas down the hill as fast as they could go. Rico in the slipstream of Carlos Punterino. Can Carlos hold him off? On board with Rico. Rico goes up the inside down into Ryan's belt. Can he make it stick? There's no way Carlos can get it around him unless he's got a good run out of the corner. Carlos Punterino is back behind Rico now. Into the Milky Way. Gets a good line through the Milky Way. Trying to keep as much speed as he can. Almost out of the Milky Way and down up to the back straight. And then plunging down the hill. Rico pulling a slight gap on Carlos. Can Carlos try and get some more ground on the brakes? I think he's too far away. Rico makes a good turn. Carlos is definitely struggling on tyres. Loses a little bit of grip coming out of Uranus. Rico round Saturn. Good line. And then down towards Mars. Definitely pulling away. Going absolute great guns. This could be Rico's championship. Let's see how it goes, folks. It ain't over till the curtain goes down. Rico hanging down the main straight. Looks like Carlos Punterino's got in the pits. I thought as much. His tyres were definitely gone. Alexander's in 7th place. Chasing Simon Bouquet, his teammate. Definitely no team orders. Alexander's definitely wants to get a good result. Coming down the hill. Onto the main straight. Simon Bouquet doing all he can. He goes in the pits. That puts Alexander's into 5th. Back with Philadelphia, currently running in 10th place. No shame there, Philly. You're doing a good job. Your driving looks absolutely spectacular. Down the hill. Getting some good miles under his belt. Has to learn it all over again when we get into the Ferrari for the first time. I would imagine some of the drivers can't wait, and some of the drivers, it's their worst nightmare. You can do it, Philly. We've got every faith in you. Artie Fenati running in 7th. Going around Pluto and down the hill. Struggling a little bit with setup and tyres, I believe. Haven't seen his teammate Barbarossa for quite a while now. Not sure what's happening, but it would have been nice to have Barber in the championship, but he's been away. Hopefully the pair of them can maintain a good pace through the next championship. I know Artie's entered, but I'm not sure about Barber. Artie may well end up in another team if Barber doesn't want to take part. Don't really want any lone drivers. Much better in a team. You could all fight for the same result. Brian Messiah in 3rd place. Not the result he would hope for. Haley Vanetti coming back into the atmosphere behind. Into Mercury and around Venus. Brian's done very well in this championship, but not actually conceded a win, which is unusual for Brian, but he has been in the top 3 most of the time, so he's got a good haul of points. Very, very professional driver is Brian. Very big part of Team Simi-Tick. And so is Halen Vanetti. Really come into his own. Doing a great job, Halen. Kicking bottoms and taking names. Got a good grip on that Porsche. Hopefully we'll have the same level of skill with the Ferrari, if not better. Really hope Halen has a good result in the next championship. It's really good for your confidence. And it's really difficult when you have a lot of fast drivers that you're up against. Everybody in this championship is very quick. Just because you're not at the front doesn't mean you're not an excellent driver, as all our championship drivers are. And it takes nerves of steel to go up against the others. Frank Handsome coming down into Mercury and around Venus. The race is almost over, folks. Some will be glad to hit the finish line. We haven't had any crashes, so that's been good. There's been a few off-track excursions, so minimal amount of tear-off underpants flying through the air. Around Orion's belt. It's almost over, Frank. You could go and get yourself well and fit for the next championship. Frank's got on the grass. Frank is doing all he can to hold on to that car. Rico shoots past him. Careful, Frank, your tyres will be dirty. Greg Rocket coming out of the Milky Way and down the back straight. Greg and Frank, very, very good friends, and a very big part of Team 21st Century. Always consider themselves brothers in cars. All they need is a good setup, and I've heard that Carlos Punterino may well be signing to their team. That will really help push them on a little bit, and will definitely help them in the team championship. Who will take the title next season? Who will take the title this season? We haven't even finished this one yet. We're almost there, folks. Fabio Nitrelli hanging on to that Porsche like his life depends upon it. Tyres are definitely gone sideways around Jupiter. Fabio currently running in 8th place. Going around Orion's belt. Tickling the sausage as he goes round. Not too much sausage tickling at Lago Maggiore. There's only a couple, I think. Seems very quick for the Milky Way. Tickling another sausage on the way out. On board with Carlos Punterino, holding a very good second place. Not sure who that is up ahead. Looks a bit like Frank Handsome. Hopefully they'll step to one side and let Carlos go past as he's chasing the championship leader Rico. Look like Frank Handsome through the Milky Way. Tires screaming for mercy. Firing over the crest and down the hill. That looks like Rico coming out of Uranus. Carlos going for a tight line, trying to get a good run up the hill into Saturn. Can he get on the back of Rico? Rico's only pitted once, so I should imagine his tyres are shot. Coming into Mars. Doing all he can to keep the flow, keep a good pace. I can hear Rico up ahead. Can he do it? Almost on the back of Rico. Can Carlos make the win? Rico's overtaken one of the Skymed cars. Carlos Punterino starts his final lap. He is definitely gaining on Rico. Rico knows he's coming. He'll be watching his lap timer. Gives him the distance between the car behind and the car in front. But there is no car in front because he's in first place. Carlos desperate to make it 3 wins, but getting a little bit out of shape coming out of Pluto. Frank Handsome does the same. Down the hill into the Orion's belt. Rico cannot be too far away. Philadelphia steps to one side to let Carlos through. Carlos is on a charge. All the time, taking time out of Rico. Rico going through the Milky Way. Coming out of the back straight. You see Carlos in the background. He's got a lot of ground to make up. But I would imagine Rico's tyres have almost gone by now. Trying all he can to keep the car rubber side down. Can Carlos catch him through the final sector? Rico's definitely slowing down. Just trying to conserve that last little bit of tyre life. I can see Carlos, he's almost there. Not close enough, I feel. I think Rico's got the job done. Plunging down into Neptune for the very last time. Rico Mortis coming over the finish line to take the third win. Congratulations, Rico Mortis, on the third win of the championship. Well done, Carlos Punterino, on an extremely well done second. Here comes Brian Messiah for the last time of the Porsche 911 Meisterschaft. Takes third place. Absolutely stunning result for Brian Messiah. Not what he wanted, but well enough. Halen Van Eddy takes another spectacular fourth place. Well done, Halen. Alex Anders coming down around Mars for the last time. Alex Anders in fifth. No cars anywhere to be seen, so that's a good result for Alex Anders. Fifth place. Well done, Alex. Bring it home. He'll do his victory spin. Nice job, Alex. Great work. Well done. And Simon Bouquet takes a brilliant sixth place. Well done, Simon Bouquet. Artie Fenati limping home. In seventh place. Can he get over the line? Looks like he may have run out of fuel. Something's definitely gone wrong with Artie Fenati. It's not looking good. Come on, Artie. He's slowing down. Must have run out of fuel. Fabio Nitrelli comes into view, going like the bat out of hell. Overtakes him and beats him to the line. Fabio takes seventh. Artie Fenati eighth place. Greg Rocket down into Neptune for the last time. Come on, Greg, you can do it. Bring it home. Greg Rocket takes ninth place. It's all over, Greg. Congratulations are in order for a stunning first place win by Rico Mortis, taking his third win of the season, with Carlos Punterino in second place and Brian Messiah in third. So let's take a look at our final points and see who is our champion. Rico Mortis, with a total of 150 points, takes the championship of the Porsche 911 Meisterschaft. Closely followed by Brian Messiah on 128 points. Carlos Punterino finishes in third on 126, with Scott Milano in fourth place on 87 points. Alex Anders has 72 points. Fabio Nitrelli is 59 points. Halen Van Eddy on 57 points. Simon Bouquet 50. Greg Rocket 48. Frank Hansom 45. T-Bone McKinley on 39 points, with Artie Fenati on 38, and Raphael Doubtfire on 30, and Barbarossa still on 15 points. And our team championship is also won by Skypants with a total of 221 points. Team Semitic in second place with 209 points. Bear in mind, Carlos Punterino was a one-man team and still manages to get third place on 136 points. Skybet got 105 points in fourth place, with 21st Century on 93 points and YouTube Affinity on 53 points. Well, that's it, folks. We hope you have enjoyed the British Heart Foundation Porsche 911 RSR Meisterschaft. It's been an absolute great pleasure to commentate on this championship. We'll now take a few weeks break, but we will soon be back with an all-new British Heart Foundation Ferrari 458 Italia Campionato. But for now, from Italy, from me and Dave, many thanks for watching, and goodbye.
Let's go!
So you want to be a race car driver? Are you out of your mind?
You gotta put the hammer down and leave the rest behind.
So you want to be a race car driver? You think you've got what it takes?
put your money where your mouth is, Robin. There's no room for fakes. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go.
Where's he gone now? Come back.
Let's go.
Oh, there he is. Robin, have we gone yet? I could really get to like this heavy metal, Robin. It's great stuff.